A very pleasant good day to you, everyone. We're going to talk about the basic process for buying a home. You have met with your lender and you have received your pre-approval letter. Now what? What is your next step? Your letter will only be good for a certain amount of time, so you will need to get started as soon as possible finding a home. Check to see what the expiration date is so you'll know how much time you will have to find a house. Otherwise, you will have to go through the pre-approval process all over again. The time frame differs from lender to lender, so if it is not on your letter, ask your lender for your expiration date so you'll know how much time you have. Your next step is to find an experienced real estate agent to work with. The agent will need your pre-approval letter in order to start working with you. The letter will outline how much loan you will be getting, the loan program, example, is it FHA, VA, USDA, or conventional. You'll also get your expiration date and sometimes the interest rate. The loan amount does not necessarily mean the purchase price. It is the amount of money that the bank is willing to lend to you. Let me explain a bit further. Let's assume that you have a certain amount of money saved to put down on your house. That is in addition to your closing cost. We'll use $50,000 as an example. If you have $50,000 set aside, plus your closing cost and reserves, and your loan amount is $300,000, you can actually buy a house for $350,000. This could also go in the opposite direction where your loan amount is $300,000, but based on the monthly payment, you've decided that you do not want to borrow that much money. So you could go ahead and borrow $250,000 or $200,000 or even less, depending on how much money you believe that you can repay each month in your monthly payment. You do not have to borrow the $300,000. Something else that could happen is that the loan amount could be reduced by the lender if interest rates increase. Since you were approved using the going rate at the time of your approval, if the interest rate go up, then you are going to qualify for less. In addition to the pre-approval letter, the agent will also need some additional information from you, like how many bedrooms and how many bathrooms do you want? Is a garage a must? Do you need a pool? How about a gated community, which will come with a homeowners association? Will you be okay with a house with 2 floors, or does it have to be just 1 floor? Some people do not want to or cannot climb the stairs. They will need to know your desired location, which means which specific city or cities you want to live into, or if you need to be close to a specific school. Once a search is conducted and the homes are found based on your criteria, the next step is to go out and take a look at them. While you are looking, make notes about the ones that you like so that it will be easier for you to remember what you like about that home. Also consider a first choice and a second choice, because sometimes you do not get the one that you really like the most. And so it is easier for you to choose another one without having to go back out to drive around again and look. However, if you have any doubts, it is always best to go back out and take a look at that second home. When you identify the home that you want, a contract is written up and presented to the agent who is working for the seller. This is referred to as making an offer. The owner will usually do one of 3 things: accept your offer as presented and sign the contract. They could counter your offer price or the terms, or both. This is usually called the negotiation process. And finally, usually if it's a seller's market, they can just flatly reject your offer with absolutely no counter whatsoever. Once you and the seller agree on the price and all the terms and all the paperwork is signed and initialed by both of you, you are now what is called under contract. You now have a binding legal document called an executable contract. This contract will be fully executed at closing. Ladies and gentlemen, it is never a good idea to go through the home buying process on your own unless you are experienced in that area. If the seller and the owner is also the selling agent, that person can never and will never work in your best interest. This is a conflict of interest, and that person can never be on your side. You need an agent working on your side to negotiate terms and price, make sure your escrow deposit is safe, and make sure you are working within the terms of the contract. Now that we have the executable contract, this is where all the parties start working. Here's the process. Number 1, your lender will get a copy of the contract. They will contact you to bring in all the paperwork that they require and sign the loan application. They will start working on your file and also schedule your appraisal. The appraisal is needed by the lender to ensure that the house is worth what you are paying for it. If the appraised value comes in lower than the purchase price, and the seller is not willing to renegotiate the purchase price with you, you can cancel the contract. This must be done within specific dates based on the contract though. The lender will likely be contacting you on a continuous basis depending on any request from the underwriter. Number 2, your agent will help you to locate a few licensed home inspectors. You will do your research on each one and choose the one that you want to work with. The inspection will be scheduled and paid for by you, and the inspection will be conducted by the inspector. Once the report is received, you and your agent will review it and based on your findings, decide if you want to proceed with the purchase, renegotiate the purchase price, or back out of the deal by canceling the contract. Again, this must be done within specific dates as stated on your contract. Sometimes the seller will make the requested repairs or give you a credit at closing. You'll also have a certain number of days based on what is written on your contract to pay your earnest money deposit to the closing agent. This shows the seller that you are serious about buying and that you are not going to be walking away from this deal. This money will be credited to you at closing. Number 3, the closing agent, who could be a title company or an attorney, will also receive a copy of the contract. They will order your survey, do title search, obtain title insurance, among other things. Number 4, your agent will work with all the parties to make sure that everything is being done according to the dates on the contract. Timing is crucial. It's a crucial part of the contract. Everything must be done within specific dates. Number 5, you will need to start shopping around for homeowners insurance. Speak with a few insurance agents and get quotes from at least 3 or 4 before making your decision. Number 6, once the loan is approved and you are clear to close, and your closing agent or attorney is ready to close, then you will be scheduled to go to the closing table. Your agent will obtain a copy of your settlement statement for review. This is where they will make sure that your charges are correct. If discrepancies are found, they get corrected before you go to the closing table. Congratulations, you have your keys, but you are not done yet. Nope, not yet. After closing, it is important that you do these things. Number 1, change your locks. Very important. You don't know how many people out there have keys to your house. Number 2, transfer all your utilities. You will need to bring proof of ownership, so bring a copy of your deed or your closing statement. Number 3, change your address with your employer. Number 4, change your address with your creditors. Number 5, change the frequency on your garage door. You don't know how many cars out there are able to open your garage. Number 6, change your address with your post office. Number 7, file your homestead exemption if it is your primary residence. You will receive a discount on your property taxes every year. Number 8, Your homeowner's insurance is only good for 1 year, so shop around for lower rates every time it is up for renewal. Number 9, watch out for scams coming to you in the mail. One is scammers asking you for money to send you your deed. You already paid your closing agent for your deed and you will be receiving your original recorded deed in the mail. You will be receiving offers for installing alarms, cameras, solar panels, and other things. If you feel that you need these things, shop around and get several quotes before making a decision. Check for reviews and ask friends and neighbors for referrals. And just remember that it is always best to have a real estate agent in your corner looking out for you and working for you. Thank you for watching and all the best.